Shanahan talks about how they're basically the Democrats are waging extreme lawfare against them, and Trump's actually been receptive to their ideas. And I've been saying this. RFK Jr.'s passion for chronic illnesses and environmental toxins, that's the Trump path right there. He goes to Trump, gives Trump the endorsement. Trump should put him on some kind of board managing or overseeing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I thought actually, I haven't seen very many interviews with Nicole Shanahan, and I actually thought this one was pretty compelling. It's obviously a deeply emotional conversation for her, and they covered a lot of stuff, including policies, but she said that the DNC has effectively sabotaged them, and they have this PAC that has been using millions of dollars to target them specifically. She even alluded to people being in their campaign specifically to, cause chaos and all kinds of problems. But I found it really interesting hearing her talk about the effect of being a third-party candidate. She said, if we can get 5% or more of the vote, then that unlocks public funding for us. That means that next year, in 2028, we could run a more legitimate third-party candidate, and 71% of Americans want that. I don't know where she got that number from, but I believe it. I think there are a lot of Americans who are frustrated with the stranglehold the two dominant parties have on American politics. And so when I first saw this clip this morning, I thought, hopefully she has talked to RFK and he knows that she's saying these things publicly. Otherwise, it really seems like there's chaos within their ticket. But it is interesting to hear her weigh sort of like what it means to be a third party candidate in America versus what is actually good for the country.
But don't you feel like the fact that they're basically being bullied out by the Democrats and the Democrats using all the usual tactics, lawfare, corrupt, devious behavior, all of these things, and they're willing to actually get behind Trump if they drop out? I mean, doesn't that tell you so much?
And it wasn't even a consideration from the beginning for them. It seems like for them to join or endorse Harris's campaign. Shanahan said she regretted supporting Democrats in the past. It's the biggest mistake of her life. I mean, that's pretty strong language. And she's saying, she had this line where she's like, we didn't want to be a spoiler candidate, but the DNC has forced us into a position where we are. And we wanted to win. We wanted a fair shot, and the DNC has made that impossible.
But she's not saying that they're being bullied and pushed around by both camps.
No, she said specifically it was not the RNC.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but doesn't that tell you so much? Mm-hmm. As the left is telling us that we're the authoritarians, we're the bigots, we're the ones abusing lawfare. This should prove it.
They installed a candidate. Kamala Harris was an installation no one voted for. That's crazy. That's full authoritarianism. And this is kind of an example of in politics. I'm a bit of an idealist just in life and in general. And in 2016, I voted for Jill Stein because I'm like, I don't like Hillary. I don't like Trump. I'm voting for the one I believe in the most. But the thing about politics is it's a game. It's like a game of organization and strategy where you vote against sometimes to get things through. Yep. You make deals with people that you don't agree with to get your part of your deal through, like what the Libertarian Party did with Chase Oliver. They basically colluded behind the scenes to get that guy into power. The two of the front runners decided together, like, let's just bury the hatchet and we'll make Chase our candidate so that Clint Russell. Yeah. And the reality is, if you want to,
it destroyed the party. It's ripped the Libertarian Party to shreds. You've got Mises Caucus, Libertarian Party members openly endorsing Donald Trump right now. The Libertarian Party's backroom deals with their garbage candidates destroyed whatever chance they had. But you know what? I got to tell you, I was saying this morning, I would not want to be Clint or Dave if Trump loses. If you actually were the nominee for the Libertarian Party and Trump lost and they actually did get 3 or 4%, everyone's going to be like, it's your fault. That 3% could have got Trump over the line.
I was just out to dinner with Clint last weekend on Friday, I think it was. And he said the exact same thing. He's like, could you have imagined if we did it? And then Trump, I was like, you guys would have got 12% of the vote, you and Dave. And he's like, we probably would have taken it from Trump too.
So here's my question for you, Ian. You say you don't know if you want to vote for Donald Trump. You'd consider voting for him if RFK drops out and endorses him, though.
Yeah, I would.